Hey, what's going, guys? It's Train, and welcome to something a little bit different, as you can clearly tell. Um, yeah, so welcome to something a little bit different. Hopefully, I got the settings here correct. But as you can see, welcome to Doki Doki Literature Club. Um, I've been told very different things about this game. And there was a disclaimer at the very beginning of when I load the game up, so I'm just gonna say that now. If I haven't actually seen anything, so this is my first time playing it because I've literally not seen anything. I just saw it was free. I'm like, hey, you know what? This looks like a funny video I can just make. But I thought I'd at least bring up, yeah, if you're under the age of 13 or you're easily disturbed, maybe don't play or watch this series. But I'm having anxiety, but I should be fine because I'm usually, if it gets bad, I'll just stop. But I should be fine. But even then, I've never had my anxiety be really bad when playing a game, except for like Outlast and all that. So, but this seems fun. It's supposed to be scary, but I don't see how, because these three are adorable. So we're just gonna start with a new game, and we'll just put in my real name. All right. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. The girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today. But it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Okay, so this is Sayori. Okay. I only know Monica's name. I only know who Monica is, so I'm just like, okay. I'm not going to try and do voices, so I'm just going to read as is. So I assume she's panting. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Ryan. I've done worse. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. You're not wrong. Whatever you say, Sayori. I was reading something, sorry. I'm not gonna try to do voices like I said, but yeah. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Ryan, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did. In one of our many conversations where I just simply go along with whatever she's going on about. Sorry, likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average. On the average, while spending my free time on games and anime. Ha 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 ha. This is both. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. This sentence is way too real. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. That okay, that now no, okay, immersion ruined. I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you could becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. I don't get that, so if that's offensive, I'm sorry. You trust me, right? Let me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! I love the facial expressions. It's adorable. The music's good, too. Might want to turn it down just a smidge bit. Why did I get myself to get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit. Even if she doesn't exaggerate everything inside her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Yup. That I can do. I can confirm. I do that act quite a bit sometimes. Oh my god. Clubs. Sari wants you to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Ha! There wasn't one in my school, at least as far as I'm aware. I wish there was. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Or that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. I love this face. I love these faces in anime. This right here is adorable to me. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. I can't speak. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after all, the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President, or VP. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed. I can't English today. I can't. Guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. Seriously, don't. I can definitely second that notion. I can't tell Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I've done worse. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third year classes and activities. I assume probably junior year, judging by that. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Girl 1, welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Oh, this is adorable. Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Ryan, what a nice surprise. I know you and your war crimes. Your war crimes against humanity. I'm making a joke. Leave me alone. Inside joke. Very inside joke. Go to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Incredible is a little bit of a kind of selling it short there. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. So this is Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one to make cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. I'm assuming this is her. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with the people like Sayori and Natsuki. Oh, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monika, is that right? That's right. I know you all too well. I have my old AVI on Discord and Xbox as... I don't know if I can find the picture. I probably won't be able to. But it was a picture of Monika's head on top of whistling from COD World War II, and I called it Monika Whistling. Because they're the same thing, basically. It's great to see you again, Ryan. I smile sweetly. Oh god, this pose. Oh dear lord, it's getting a little... I'm glad this text box is here, that's all I gotta say. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monika. Come sit down, Ryan. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monika. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? Tea! Is it jasmine tea? Better be jasmine tea. We also have just arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monika, one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner room where Suzuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. It's feeling awkward to take a seat next to Sayori. Suzuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! I don't know how to make that. Suzuki looks for a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Whiskers are drawn with ice and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. So cute. I had no idea you're so good at baking, Natsuki. Can I see the cupcake? That sounds adorably delicious. Let's hurry and take one. I have a hot pocket. So that's my cupcake for this immersion. It's delicious. Can't help but sneaking glances in my direction. She waiting for me to take a bite? Finally a bite down. The icing is sweet, full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. Eh, I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. Not for you, you know, dummy. I like her already. Shai Tsurure. I don't know how to pronounce that terminology, but basically trying to be bigger than you. Is all I've described it as. At least not yandere. Yet. And say that's probably more Sayori's. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? So that's where that meme came from. Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. Helped all, doesn't it? A hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book. I mean, I'll definitely have a cup of coffee, but the same thing, basically. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monika raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Then tells me I shouldn't tell Monika I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club as fun and exciting for everyone. Monika, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You'd probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels nothing like arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare to for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. I'm to encourage others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. I have to sneeze. Monica is a really great leader. Or Monica really is a great leader. That grammar, for some reason, just does not look right to me. I'm getting a little triggered by it now. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised that there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You can put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. Again, grammar looks very odd there, but that's just me looking at it weird. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah. We'll do our best. You know it. Oh, so you can fit 4 people on the screen. I'm like, is it a limit of 3? But no, it's 4. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these 3. I like her the most. These 2. And then, These 2 I like the most, though. And that's why they're all so delighted in the idea of a new member joining, though I still don't really know if I keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Ryan, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Why is that relevant? Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Oh, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Literally, if you wrote a book that was just a Skyrim fucking story, I'd read it easily. All the creativity and craftsmanship behind him is amazing to me. Yep, I can agree with that. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yep, I like that. Stuff like Star Wars and Harry Potter, those kind of things. I loved reading the movie adaptations of the books for Star Wars and then Harry Potter books I loved reading. Even though, obviously, authors and stuff, but I just read it for the sake of reading it. I don't really care about that. I don't want to get into that whole politic thing, or whatever the hell. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how writers can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? I like that kind of thing too, to a degree. Obviously, when it's not so super anxiety driven, where it trying to plays off fear. But in a way, I guess it does can work out, at least for me. In my opinion, it does. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Did Stephen King? Yeah, same. I read a horror book once. I just really grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Basically, any person, any girl who talks to me before I came out. Basically. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes you think or takes you in a world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often successful at changing the way you look at the world, even if only for a brief moment. I'm getting carpal tunnel in my goddamn hand. Because I don't know how to properly hold a mouse properly yet, so I'm working on it, and plus I'm playing it on my leg. There it is. I'm trying to find my cursor. I hate horror. Rip. There goes that dream. Why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? The faces are what's making me giggle to a degree. That's a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. The behind Natsuki puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. I mean, yeah, if you can make good ones, yeah. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you could set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable around to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I want to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically. I almost mispronounced that. At Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other, and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Ryan? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Uh-oh. If all their faces change, I'll be very shocked. Sari may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, Yep, they all changed. They put a lot of work into that. I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare at me back with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... Ryan... You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. Am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I hate guilt-tripping people. I hate it. I hate it so much. So this kind of... Yeah, I feel this a little bit. That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay, to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. No, they don't. Did her eyes change? Or am I losing my mind? I'm fucking going crazy. Yes, I'm so happy! Sari wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came by for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Ryan, I look forward to see how you express yourself. Oh, good lord. Oh, good lord. I hope I don't actually have to type anything. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. That's it. Accurate. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Ryan, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sari and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed out of school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! Cupcake / Hot Pocket. Oh my god, that's good. Sorry. I'm hungry. Leave me alone. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. I'd really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. These two. I'm looking at these two. Alright. I'll just need to make most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. I guess I start the writing a poem tonight. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. So I want to go for her or her. Graveyard's horror. Loud's probably her. Alright. Let me take a little second to think about this. Let me just double check my time in OBS here. Okay, it's only been 25 minutes. Flower. Kawaii. Oh, and it pops up. So the flower is hers. Okay. Anime. I saw her comment on that. Comfort. Rose. Captive. Wonderful. Pink. I'm not surprised. Joy. I might be getting more towards her. Pout. Lust. Screw it. There we go. Don't care. Kitty. Color. Fireworks. Covet. Silly. Okay, I'm definitely gonna get her. I'm not trying, but at the same time, I'm just trying to do. Cheeks. Socks. Socks. Strawberry. Marshmallow. Chocolate. Got the candies. Hi again, Ryan. Voice, why did I do that? Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha ha ha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. Munch. Well, I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Ryan. Whoops. Thank you to have head first in literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Zuri told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan on just coming here to hang out or what. If you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Suki, you certainly have a big mouth as someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Suki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. It is. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Ryan always gives it the best as long as he's having fun. He helps with the busy work without even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy and it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You're really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Ryan can become good friends, too. Sayori? Usually Sayori seems oblivious to the situation you just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Oh, wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. And it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. He reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? June picked out a book she'll think I'll like, despite me not reading much. Okay, I'm convinced I want her now. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. I can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. As everyone settled in, I expected Monica to kick off started activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sari and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. Can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? In there? Freaking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point of keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? I feel that. Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Ah. Sometimes. Manga's one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know, anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. It's a lone volume of manga. A lone volume of manga stacked of various books inside of one of the shelves. Curious, I pulled it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. Then turns to a box of manga and shoves the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. Oh, fuck my mouse! Fuck! I feel that! I don't... And a close look at the box that she's admiring. Parfait girls? Serious, I've never heard of in my life. Probably means either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're not a judge, you can go do it through the glass on that door. She points to a classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging or anything. Didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Ryan. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. Duh. In fact, Suzuki pulls the first volume of the Parfait Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. Ah! I stare at the cover. Just 4 girls in a colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly mo. Don't just stand there. Ugh. Pulling out of the closet, then she takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsill. She pats the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Eh? Why is that? I guess it's easy to be close together like this. Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't actually expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I'd say it's particularly a bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, claiming the additional space while she hopes I wouldn't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? Yeah, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. Looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is it going to be plot? Well, obviously. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like there's really funny chapter where they're obsessed with the guy at the ice cream shop, but that just helps you get to know the characters. Besides, it's still entertaining. Later on, there's all kinds of drama, like when they get into all their backstories and some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There are so many touching parts. Ah, is that so? It doesn't really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean? It just meant that I haven't seen you at your full power. Good save. Ah, this chapter seems like it's about baking. This is to guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well, she pauses for a moment as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah? Why does that matter? It doesn't. I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. Just happened to get in baking right at the same time I got this manga. Like I ever would get into anything because it's a manga. Feel bad for anyone that impressionable. Ahaha. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick from her manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Oh, that's adorable. I love this art. I saw this screenshot in an article. This is adorable. Read on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I just get excited whenever I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? Hmm? You don't? Oh, these are animated too. That's cute. That's not. Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Would you not rub it in? Jeez. Ah, sorry. I get ever any of my friends to read this. They just think manga's for kids. Anyway, bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? They just want to punch them in the face. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less find friends that are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time. That's probably harder for someone like you. Hmm? Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? But it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. It's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. At least you're enjoying yourself, right? So... Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. Flip the page. Suddenly Natsuki starts laughing. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But I guess especially bad when, I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. Spoilers! Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. Stark contrast to a usually bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. Being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience, the thought of it makes me smile a little myself. Okay, everyone. Are we ready with today's poems? Oh, come on. Could your time be any worse? Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Natsuki started to notice how close she's gotten to me. She actually sized herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright. Guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but... Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Is that really alright? I said most because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever you to finish it if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets spent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow? I'm only going to part way through the volume, so I might fall behind some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. Relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something this so embarrassing. I couldn't really find inspiration since I've never really done this before. Now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poem. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet, loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Oh god, here's our first choice. I wanted to lean more towards Natsuki. But I do have a bit of Sayori and a little bit of Yuri. And Monica's just like a wild card here. And I do like Natsuki and Yuri the most. I'm gonna go Natsuki. I was told that Natsuki was interested in reading her poems yesterday. Probably only fair I should have mine with her first. Okay, well let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. What's the point of sharing in the first place? Or this one I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? Sorry, I'm reading Twitter trying to remember something. That's what I had in mind when I had in writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monica said. I'd been more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You're supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, huh, well it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it? Nizuki's retort gets caught in the throat. It's so... You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that you don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Nizuki must really hate me or something. Can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, just let me show you yours, right? Grrr. Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. That's adorable. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why aren't you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even try to take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things could be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. The other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up a rhyme for the end. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. Helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. So I had to humor her with that last comment. I don't really know how old everyone is, but if Snooky's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Who should I show my poem to next? I'm thinking Sayori. And we'll save Yuri for last. Ugh, God, that's a fucking good hot pocket. This is a good poem, Ryan. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. Context. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who'd be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. That's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. That's in the fact that I'm sitting in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. Not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? Like I said before, Ryan, deep down you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. Not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, Kitsune is part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all, yeah. I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Oh, you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. I skipped to the end and saw I want breakfast. Oh no. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning makes me feel like you miss me. Kiss my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Oh dear. I love it. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least made me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. Still try my best. Yeah. I mean, say it that it was a bad poem. Came out nice, or how should I put it? Sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. You get all cranky. I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This is so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. Next time I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever. I guess I look forward to it. Oh god, I put too much in my mouth. Hi Ryan. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, you're having suggestions for the club, like new activities, or things we can do better. I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring this up. I'm much better off just going to the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Ryan. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's sort of that barrier that we'll learn to get past soon. I don't even know why I have my mouse plugged in. I can just use a trackpad. It's not even that important to have the mouse right now, anyway. It's not like I'm playing a reaction game, really. The choices probably just have a little bit of a timer on them. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Whenever they're reading, I'm not going to really say much, but stretchy. I like it, Ryan. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No. That makes me think of something Mitsuki would write. She's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. By chance, have you read anything by Shel Silverstein? I know this. I know that author, poet, person, thing. Maybe a long time ago. There's telling all kinds of stories in just a few simple words. Songs could be funny, endearing, or even sad. Sometimes they're only a few lines long. They don't feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they express views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. You're saying Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. Might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it would be your kind of a poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It can take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. Let's see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kinds of styles. but I'll always find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims it to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. Doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Oh god, it's making me scroll. Oh dear lord. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the sparkle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind like film left out in the sun, but it's too late. My retinas, already scored to the permanent copy of the meaningless image. Just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Where'd I go? Oh, judging forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realized now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he on the other side was looking in. Okay. 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 So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. So I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, this kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. Oh god, I skipped the line. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. My trackpad's bouncing up a little bit. That doesn't matter. I mean, it is a used computer, which I'm not really bothered about. It's something. It's better than nothing. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. Just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. I should leave. Oh god, I don't know why. I tried to use the mouse. It's not even plugged in. I should leave. That's what I should do. I'm kidding. Yuri is next. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh. Sorry. Forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. Like I said, it might be right after reading through it. I read that completely wrong. Oh my god, I'm sorry. So it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, since there are very specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. The most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. And the result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. The two can be a bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologized herself, to me, or to Nasuke. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'll let you hear my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily at the rare opportunity for her. It itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Oh my god, that handwriting is very odd. I can barely read it. The ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Ah, boy, I need to type more things. Hold on. I'm still new to Vegas, so don't expect me to cut anything out, unfortunately. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? Don't be like that. It's not bad handwriting. I just can't read it. I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Ah. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? Oh my god, I'm glad it was just scripted. I was about to say, if it's listening to the mic, I was going to lose my mind. Oh my god. That caught me off guard for a minute because I had just said I can't read that very well. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, a story isn't about a ghost at all, Ryan. Really? Must totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. Remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their world. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Living in our last remaining place of comfort, nobody will let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. It makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Let me check my recording real quick, see how long it's been going on for. Oh my god, it's already been an hour. Oh my god. I guess we'll just finish up this little section, and the next day is when we'll end it. I did not realize I've been recording for an hour. I kind of just got immersed. Phew, I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stuff than I anticipated. That was everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. Iceland and Yuri and Tsuki. They're just exchanging pieces of paper sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration, meanwhile Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Huh, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you play with symbolism or something? It's clear about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. Trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. I was looking for suggestions. I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. So you already liked it. And Ryan did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time studying my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. Ryan liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Tsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member Yuri. Our new member Yuri? I can't... I'm horrible at reading. Eh? That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. You're just jealous that Ryan appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know... Didn't know he... Try that again. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. I was full of myself. I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ugh. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I was the one who's... I actually... I was the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Ryan started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting guys. Suddenly both girls turned to me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Ryan! She's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? Maybe you should jump out at the reader, not force him to have to figure it out. Let me explain that to her, Ryan. Wait. We're dreaming you have so many deep and expressive words in our own language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Ryan? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's like I know anything about writing. But whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. This is it's probably because I had equal amounts of the two. I like Natsuki. I really do. And I would end, and I'm not going to be that person who ends it on a cliffhanger as much as I want to. And I don't want to have to pull someone else into it, because personally I wouldn't do that. As much as I would normally do that IRL, I don't want to do that. I'm going to go with Yuri. Just because Natsuki's technically a kid. She's younger than everyone else. Suki. You're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. It's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri? You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, but here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well if you just told her how you felt, and this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her, that Natsuki. I think that's enough. You both said some things you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps take a little walk to clear my head. Yuri, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from to look at all of your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her poem from the desk and storms out. Right out, she crumbles the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki. Surely I didn't mean to do that. I look across the room. Yuri had her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. Then she approached her and sat in the adjacent chair. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri! How can anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Ryan. You're too kind. Thankful to have you a part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Tsuki said about, I would never do anything so shameful. So, What thing did Tsuki say? Well, never mind that. I want to make some tea. Ah, good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone. It's about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Ryan, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome! In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think for myself, I did learn a lot more about the kinds of poems that everyone likes. But hey, look, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Ryan! Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? Between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise, they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. Just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. Ryan, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. It's like Sayori still has kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice. Doesn't really need to stop there. We'll have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Alright. Before I continue, I'm going to first save the game. Empty slot. Alright. And with that, let me actually here. Let's go to... Alright. With that, I'm going to end off this episode here. Sorry this one was so long. I believe it's like an hour and 10 minutes or so. Mostly just because I'm enjoying myself. Really. I got kind of so immersed in it and I forgot what I was doing, that I was kind of recording here. But, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode, or this video. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like. If you want to see more from me, and maybe if you want to see me continue the game, I definitely want to continue the game. But if you are enjoying it, let me know. And, yeah. Follow me on social media down in the search below. Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. Twitch I might not be using a lot more until I can get better internet and stuff like that, and better stuff. But hopefully sooner rather than later I'll be able to stream and stuff again. But, yeah. Twitter for notifications of videos and other updates, as well as be able to ask me questions and recommend me games and stuff like that. Instagram so you can see behind the scenes stuff as well as memes. And yeah. I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream, whatever I decide to make. And have a good day, everybody.